Thank you for staying tuned. It's still the conversation here on Lagos Television. There's so many things going on at the moment in, of course, Nigeria, and that is why our conversation today is centering on the state of the nation. Biggest of all right now, of course, is the protest by a lot of Nigerian youths scheduled for August 1, and government is trying so hard to placate the youths from embarking on the nationwide strike. And joining the conversation today is a legal practitioner as well as a public affairs analyst, Barrister Kabir Akigbulu. Thank you for being here on the program.
It's a pleasure for having me. Good morning, Nigeria.
Right. Let's start on this note where a lot of Nigerians have been trying to gather support for the nationwide protest scheduled for August 1 to 10th. And right now, government is trying so hard to placate the youths. Mr. President yesterday did say that, you know, this is not the time to go on a protest. I am addressing your grievances. I am looking at every way possible to put the nation on the right path. Let's take your opinion on this. At this particular point in time, where everyone still has, or where we still have, you know, the issues that happened during the NSAS era at the back of our minds, would you say that a protest is really needed at this time?
Well, I'm going to address it from three-pronged dimensions. Okay. First of all, as a lawyer, if I would talk as a lawyer, I would say it is legal, it is constitutional, it is right, it is just, it is fair to stage a protest. A civil protest anyway.
It's civil protest.
Now, but when you look at the way, then in another way, I would say, we look at the volatile nature of Nigeria now, and the feelings of the people and the pains in the heart of the people, and the possibility of maneuvering some innocent Nigerians by some people who may have political motive or some other hidden motive. It may not be very wise. And thirdly, to start it in Lagos is wrong. I will never be a proponent or a supporter of that. Okay. Those who are cheating us, I would think they are cheating us. They are in Abuja. Okay. Go to Abuja if you must protest. Now, Lagos is, if Lagos is sick, the entire Nigeria is sick. Right. Forget the fact that it's not the capital of Nigeria. It's the economic capital of the nation. Yeah. And Governor Sanwo-Olu is not the one who formulate policy for Nigeria. He's only concerned with Lagos, and from whatever pedestal you look at it, Lagos is ahead in all the 36 states of the federation, in whatever parameter, with whatever parameter you might use. Okay. You understand? This is not to say that everything is right. However, when we want to, if you want to cry, you have to be selective and you have to be systematic. Do you understand? The way they are taking it is something else. To me, I know things are not fair, things are not good, but government on its own too should try to do something that will make us to have some hope. Okay. For 8 years under Buhari, what we kept on hearing is understand us, show understanding with us. Things will be better. Please be patient, be patient, be patient. For 8 years, things move from good to bad to bad to worse. Okay. You understand? And here we are today, and the government is here. The economy is not smiling. People are crying. You understand? If you cannot make anything available, if anybody is saying, "Oh, government is performing," do you understand? We have to look at it from the common indices like food. That is the major thing. Because the major thing in Nigeria is food, shelter, and clothing. Food, shelter, and clothing. Yeah, that's the major one. Education, well, some you may even want to do away with it. But a situation whereby you are selling a cup of gari for 300. Even if you want to drink gari now as a man, you need more, you must be rich. In those days, you want to drink gari, you can even want to do a big man, you buy a whole fish. One fish now, maybe 3,000 naira. So how do you want to drink gari with it? To drink gari, 1 cup, you have to buy water. Water you need not less than 3 sachets, which is about 100 naira. Do you understand? Granite, 200 naira. If you say granite, it's another thing. These are simple indices. Now what do we eat? Rice, 1 Congo, or whatever. How much do they sell it? Beans, 5,000. Yam now bear another name of a king. You understand? 1 yam, 8,000, 6,000, 7,000, depending on where you are buying. Some of us believe that, new yam will soon come.
It has come.
And everything will come down. And now it has come, we are here. The yesterday is now today, and we are not seeing the hope. The yam today is even if it's not more expensive than the old one.
Yes.
Do you understand? So where are we going? I go all this night to let the government know that things are not fair. However, the president, in fairness to him, is doing his best. Do you understand? Everything was not rosy when he got there.
Right.
But the governors are not helping. Most of the governors are not helping. They are not doing anything. People talk about, what do they call it? Restructuring. And, you know, he has started by the local government. You can't do any restructuring without local government. I think I made that point 4 years ago in an extensive interview in Guardian. You understand that if you must do you know, anything restructuring, must have for local government. So the president, to me, is starting a course that can do something. However, they must still do something drastically because the CBN seems not to get the logic of how to revamp the economy.
Interest rate was
raised again
yesterday.
The interest rate was 34, I mean 26%.
Yes.
Then inflation rate 34%. We are going nowhere. The Koi Bank is lending from central bank at 26. They will still put their own interest.
Yes.
What will it be?
Okay.
So this is the problem. And no individual does his business by his money.
Sure.
Borrow money from banks.
Sure. Okay. I'm still going to take you back to the presidency.
Yeah.
Some people have the opinion that the presidency is not communicating enough, is not engaging Nigerians enough, that if Mr. President or the handlers of Mr. President had engaged Nigerians from time to time before now, maybe these planned protests might have not be in the picture, so to say. And some of the choice of words of some of the handlers of Mr. President is actually getting Nigerians more angry. How do you think the engagement between the federal government and Nigerians should be?
You see, the problem is this. It happened during Buhari administration too. In fact, during the second tenure of Buhari, we didn't even see him throughout. You will not see him talk. He will not even do anything. That was why President Olusegun said it said then that Nigeria was on autopilot. You know, so some people hijacked the power. You know, as we have in the presidency today, the presidencies, let me tell you the truth of the matter, people may not like it, but politicians, as we are crying, as we are shouting, they are more interested in 2027 than all these things that we are shouting about. They don't care. And when they enter that closure of that governance or government, they seem not to be too bothered about what happened outside. You understand? Fantastic enough, the government of President Tinubu has embarked on a lot of fantastic project that is going to turn Nigeria around infrastructurally. We have to be fair. It's not every time we have to say negative. If you are doing good, we say. Now, if they can do Calabar to Lagos, that coastal highway is going to be so good. It's going to create a lot of employment. It's going to create a development. If they do Badagry and Sokoto, there's another one, East and something road and all this. By the time they will do all this, it's going to be. But the problem I have with this is the implementation. In 2007 April, when Obasanjo was to leave in May 2007, he awarded the road from Abuja to Kogi State, to Lokoja, from Abuja to Kano, all the roads that led to Abuja, from Kano to Maiduguri, up to this minute. They are dead trapped. They have not finished any one of them. So if you are the dreamer, the president is the dreamer. He's saying 8 years they must finish it. He's going to leave office in 8 years if he succeeds in getting a second term again. You understand? Now, how is he going to supervise it? And the choice of company, you understand? That if you want to do that Lagos Calabar 700-kilometer route, you need more than 14 companies. You understand? Maybe 100 kilometers per company. It takes a lot. And there is rail in between. Don't forget, Lagos to Ibadan was on 2009 was when Yaradua came to flag it up. They didn't finish until 2023. That is about 15 years after. So where are we going? Now, when government is doing all this, they should give us hope.
It was Jonathan, not Yaradua.
Sorry, Jonathan. They must also give us hope. Their hope. This is what we are doing to make the economy come back. The president has already, in a way, to ensure that the protest will not take place, they have signed the minimum wage bill. That is the fastest in the history of Nigeria. You understand? The way they do all this, Nigerians, we also want to know, we also want to see some things being speedily acted upon or done. We are talking about dollar. My sister, It doesn't take so much to govern. If they put you there, you are serious and you are ready to work. My brother, Nigeria signed the currency swap deal with China, and the agreement is going to last next month. I think it's a 5 years or 4 year trial. But Buhari said, I'm going to implement it. All the dollar we're talking about, sir. Let them implement that protest of currency swapping. Within 1 month, dollar will crash to 100 naira. It's not a rocket science. Do you understand? The trade of Nigeria was at that time was about maybe 2 to 3 billion US dollar was what they envisaged by the agreement. But as at the last time, it's about 23 billion US dollars. The trade between Nigeria and China. Now, check all this table, including my phone, including everything in this studio. They came from China. Right. Why should we have now to use dollar? You first change to dollar before you go to China to go and buy something and change to yuan. The Chinese government say, come with your naira, come and buy our business, we will collect it. Why would not it? But they are afraid of America. See, nobody has made friends from America and has ever been happy.
America is the superpower.
Yes.
Okay, so we've talked about the impending protest, and you've given it from your own approach. Let's also talk about the issue at stake, which of course has to do with the back and forth between Aliko Dangote, the NNPCL, and issues around subsidy has gone. When Mr. President came in, he made that pronouncement, and one would have thought that a year into this administration, all of the issues surrounding fuel scarcity and, of course, increments in prices would have gone. But now we're dealing with the power, between Dangote and the NNPCL and its subsidiaries. In your own opinion, I'm going to use what Ajibola said yesterday. Is this a way to frustrate the personality of Aliko Dangote, or there are things that indeed, as Nigerians, we might not be privy to?
Yes, there are a lot of issues there. One, the oil business itself is an international politics. It's that a lot of international politics that before you go into it, there are alignments of countries. There are countries that cannot sell oil to certain countries. There are some countries that you cannot even sell to. If you sell to them, you will be offending other countries. So it's a very convoluted set of business. And from inception, when oil boom, this oil boom thing, when oil was discovered, when it started being the base of Nigeria's every country's economy, more or less. Now, America happened to be the highest consumer of petroleum in the whole world. So, and as at that time, there was not even petroleum in their country. They have not discovered it. They made it a condition. Since anywhere you want to trade in oil, you must use dollar to trade. So people are making mistake that, if Dangote start to produce today, there will be cheaper. It's a lie. So that's why I'm not even, whether he is doing it or he's not doing it, it's not going to help Nigeria in any way.
Because it is not in naira.
It's not in naira. They are going to still trade in dollar. If NNPC is doing their own work, it's going to be bought in dollar. You understand? And whether we like it or not, let me shock you. I challenge anybody who is saying that there is no subsidy now. It is only in a different form. Subsidy is back more than a year ago. Do you know why? Now I will give you, they call that concept petrodollar. That is what they call it in international oil market. They call it petrodollar. You can Google it. Now, when you look at it from this angle, if $1 to 1 naira is 1,526 naira at the market today, tell me why a liter of fuel will still be selling for 600 naira. It's not possible. It means one way or the other,
it is subsidized.
But what we fail to realize, I think the president acted, he acted in good faith, but he was too, he rushed. He was too much in a haste. You are just going into a room. They say your new wife is there. You have seen, they have told you it's a fat person, it's a this, it's a that. You have not seen the wife. Why are you getting over prepared? And on getting there, supposing it's a dwarf, you didn't know whether it's too far. You don't know. You just read your speech and say subsidy is gone. That is what brought us to where we are today. Go and check the history of anywhere in the world. There is no country where they don't subsidize one thing or the other. Right. Do you understand? It may be education.
It may be health.
It may be health. It may be agriculture. It may be food. It may be oil and all that. Now today we are talking about light, electricity is so expensive. Now, they don't call it subsidy in Nigeria, they call it power intervention fund.
It's also a form of subsidy.
It's a subsidy. They removed it. And now you divide Nigeria into along
Band A,
Band A, B, C, D, E. I have gone to court. The matter is in court. That is because I'm living in Agege or I'm living in Ikeja.
It doesn't mean that I have
to be superior to me. To have 20 hours life or 24, and we have 3 hours. The matter will be coming up soon. I want to see what the court will say. If you look at section 116 of Electricity Act of 2022 or so,
right,
or 2023, it said in the distribution of power that the electricity distribution company shall not discriminate.
So why are you
and the law of
discriminating
Nigeria under the constitution, says freedom from discrimination is guaranteed by this constitution. You are not discriminating against me. That you will have 4 hour life. You will have 8 hour life.
Because I stay in Alimosho.
Because I stay in Alimosho or because I stay in Ekiti or in Abeokuta. This is not too fair. Do you understand? So they have to subsidize things, but sensibly. Do you understand? Now, removal of subsidy, when we come to Dangote, the politics there. When Dangote established cement in Nigeria, after that, there was a time cement has reached about 4,200 or 3,200. He said, when I bring my own, I want it to be affordable for everybody. He brought it down to 1,004 within 1-2 weeks. Nigerians were happy, were jubilating. Immediately we keyed to his project and he became the biggest player.
Again.
Everything went up. Now today we can no longer afford the cement. The president has to be begging them to say, please, sell it for 8,000.
Yes.
Where we government, we begging individual. You do understand? Go to Abajana. I have seen in 2007. I was going for a case of governor of Ondo State. I was involved. I counted trailers I want to leave. I'm very inquisitive. I counted up to 1,200 trailers before God
waiting
to load. Why is it expensive? And go to Ghana, go to Niger, go to Benin Republic and see how much they sell those things and convert it to a naira. When we do it here, the raw material is here, everything is here. Why is it expensive? So if they start the oil too, it's going to be like that.
So there will be no difference.
However, since they have allowed him to float this oil company, let him start. You understand? Because now, the reason they gave us for making oil or to remove subsidy that if we remove it, there will be availability. Now it is expensive, it's not available. You are still queuing up. Only few Philistines can afford it. It's only big companies that can afford it, like NNPC, Mobile, and some big companies. The small marketers have to keep quiet and watch. They can't do it.
They can't play big.
They cannot play big. So these are the things government should look at, all these subsidy things. Now you are talking about food. You said you have removed custom duties from importation of foods and all that. Now Nigerians were jubilating. Later, they came out and said, in about 6 months, we will start seeing the effect, isn't it? However, the minister of this was name, he came out to say that the policy for 6 months. So what deceiving who? You will stop the policy at 6 months. And you say it is 6 months that we will start feeling the effect of it. Look at it now. Nigerians are not grounds. They are highly contradictory, it's highly preposterous to commonsensical reasoning.
Okay, Barrister. We all know that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu inherited a very bad economy, and is trying through various policies to put things in shape to ensure that our economy bounce back. As Nigerians, are we patient enough, or you think we're in a hurry to begin to feel the impact of this government? Are we understanding enough? Going by the realities on ground.
The issue is this. I will use one proverb by my father. He said, those people who has goiter, who initially had goiter in those days, they are the ones that made goiter to be something dreadful. They say it doesn't pain, it doesn't hurt, it doesn't do anything, but it's getting big. Now, and they say, if you deceive someone, if you fool me once, they said, shame on you. But if you try it again, I am a fool. Do you understand? Now, we have had experiences, from government over the years. We have Jonathan regime. He was telling you, don't worry, everything. For 5 years plus, nothing happened. It's only Yar'Adua we are not able to rate because the time he spent was too short. You cannot rate him. After Jonathan, we say it's bad. And people allegedly, I don't know, that he said we are going to miss him. But now, when Buhari came, we started talking. this is that. We thought Messiah has come.
Change.
You know, change. And he came under on the horse of integrity. The corruption under that government is second to none. Do you understand? But because it's the party that took over power, we cannot be able to say anything. It is under that same government that somebody tried to float, you know, an airline, a national carrier for 8 years, only for him to commission it a day after the tenure of the government has expired, because they are to hand over on Monday 29. He commissioned on 27, which is Saturday.
Weekend. It was a weekend.
Saturday.
Yes.
The working days expired yesterday on Monday, on Friday. He commissioned it on Saturday. As at the Saturday, they were commissioning 6 days before that time. That airline was working for Ethiopia Airlines. 6 days before that, you will get it. It's in those days that people can deceive, but nothing is happening. Now the president, and in fairness to him, he inherited a lot of bad things. Economically, politically, nothing was stable. Security-wise, there was trouble. Now he's trying his best. However, the aides, just like you have said, they have not been playing the card very well. There are a lot of somebody who is angry. You must know how to talk to somebody that have taken his wife by force. You must know how to appeal to him. You can't say, "Oh, go and do your work." So some of the aides, they are playing the card that the president himself will not like. Because I know in 2012, during the Occupy Nigeria, the president came up and said, it is the right of Nigerians to protest. That because their life and properties are involved, government should, that in fact, police should protect the protesters.
Right.
And in the case, there's one case, Inspector General of Police versus, I think, ANPP, it was done by Mr. Femi Falana. The court said no. The High Court said it. The Inspector General of Police appealed. The Court of Appeal affirmed it. That protesters don't need police permission before they can protest. And in the case of Nwankwo and the state, Justice Olataoru of the blessed memory, yes, he said, if you want to occupy a good an office, a political office, that your decisions, you should know that your decision is going to affect the interest of many people. And that as such, when you take a decision that is not good, you have a bad policy, they must complain and they must do something, say something that you may not want to hear. That is either you don't go to political office so that you will not be criticized, but that if you go to political office,
must be ready.
And you don't want to be criticized, say you should get a scab of wool and
block your ears so that you will not hear anything.
It is the Supreme Court talking there.
But are we patient enough?
You understand? Well, I will not say we are not patient. Now, this government has expiration a time of 4 years. We have spent 1 year, 2 months now. And things have gone from bad to worse. They said we are deceiving ourselves. Do you know how much we are going to pay for school fees next session? Do you understand? That is one thing. We have to pay for house rent. And now you want to, recently, I wanted to take a house for my driver. Okay, a room. They say 96,000 naira per year. They say agency, 40,000. They say agreement, 40,000. They say caution fee, 20,000. 100,000 was the money I will pay agents. The real money is 96,000. Those are the things, part of the problem we have in Nigeria.
We keep exploiting
good housing policy.
Prince Akingbolu, before we go this morning, August 1st is just around the corner. Peradventure, all of the appeal of government fails to heed, the results, and people still go ahead to protest. What would be your charge to security agencies? Because here we have people already, talking, the police already saying we will not accept any kind of on civil protest, would ensure that, the protest does not get hijacked and issues like that. And here you've also said the courts at different times have also ruled that Nigerians have a right to protest.
Even the IGP has confirmed that,
right,
in a way.
So if Nigerians decide to hit the streets on the 1st of August, how best do you think the protesters should conduct themselves, the security agencies should conduct themselves during this era, so that we also do not record?
I will appeal to people, just like my brother here has said, that are we patient? No, maybe we should be a bit patient more, so that we can see what government is going to do. Maybe by this one we have done the way they have signed the minimum wage bill. Government can still put some things palliatives in place. Because but their palliative things are another problem. Do you understand? They said 20 trucks per state. 20 trucks translate to 24,000 bags of 25 kg of cement. Of rice.
How do you share
now,
that?
if they bring it to Ikeja,
How
you
many
understand
people
that
will it
bridge
serve?
within 1 hour. Let nobody collect 2 times. Everybody in Ikeja up to this place. Let nobody collect within 1 hour. One Congo, we finish. It's 24,000 bags of 25 kg, not the big bag, the half bag. So where will it go? That money, my sister, if they are champion that money, because it's billions, let them gather the money, get a farm land, plant maize. Maize will be cheap. Plant some other things. You also use it to subsidize farmers, real farmers, not the politicians. Because at the end of the day, the federal government will mean something well. The state government or local government will hijack it and share it for their political supporters. Do you understand? This is one of the things. However, if there is going to be, I pray there shouldn't be. And if there should be, there shouldn't be in Lagos. Because Lagos is volatile. Okay? Because people are many.
They should go to their respective states or go to Abuja.
And go and do it. You understand? Then the organizers should have it in mind.
But government says organizers come forward. We haven't seen organizers.
Nobody, in the answer, you will know them. You will not know organizers. People will play behind the curtain. So you understand? So if this is allowed, I can tell you, it is the beginning of anger that you know. Some people have some motive. It can get out of hand because people are hungry. I think it is a wrong time to stage a protest.
Are you insinuating any kind of political undertone?
Of course, in every movement like this, there must be. You have seen some political gladiators talking just like me. They have a right to do this.
Yes, and we
just
support
like Tinubu
them.
did in 2012. Atiku is saying it's their right. Obi is trying to say it's their right, and so on and so forth. And every one of us knows that the shoe is pinching all of us. Do you understand? But it is not the best of time. I think they should be more patient, and government should also, the president should speak more.
Okay.
Do you understand? Engage the people, not the youth. When they say youth, there's no youth in Nigeria because
everybody's
Nigeria is the only place where you say minister for youth will be about 60 years old. Do you understand? So is that youth? So we are not. It should talk to Nigeria.
But this current administration, the Minister of Youth are actually young people.
Well, let us see how it pans out. You understand? We have a lot of people, a lot of things are playing. The tenure of the IG is running out. You want to make law for him to be staying 4 years. You rise through the ranks. It has never happened before.
Right.
All these things will be showing the people whether you have a kind of hidden agenda.
Right.
Do you understand? It is a permanent secretary. We rise there after being a director for 7 years, and he will retire when he's 60 years old or 35 years old as in service. Now, I've never had a situation whereby you want to now make law that he must spend 4 years.
On the
so
seats.
even if he's not performing, he must be there in 4 years, because once the law is made, you can't remove him.
Of course.
Barrister,
before you go this morning, those working with Mr. President, his aides, chief of staff, and the rest of them, are they speaking the truth to him? Just like Senator Ndume did before he was removed as the chief whip.
Yes.
Because Nigerians are hungry, and the man kept emphasizing that.
Yes.
Is it that Mr. President is not aware?
You see, let me tell you, from the body language or from the utterances of the president occasionally that he speaks.
Occasionally.
It's occasionally. It's not enough. Because when things are tough, you can disarm a soldier with sweet words. You understand? Yeah, you know, I feel your pain and this and all that can make people to pipe low. But when they're not hearing from you, and your aides that are supposed to be helping the situation, more or less like they damn the consequence, what are you going to do? That's what in effect, what they are doing. I can tell you, they are not telling him the truth. Even when he knows the truth by himself and he wants to do what is good, they are not assisting. Don't mind them. Those are the stance that it looks like. I think Obi or whoever is threatening to sue for 1 billion naira, how many billion. You understand? You don't just make such statement. When you are occupying a seat, what I will say that people will not read meaning to. If I'm a politician, all these things I say, I dare not say it. The next day, maybe letter will be waiting for me in the office or policeman. You understand? So you don't say something when you are a part of the system. Like Ndume that is talking, I don't think he lies in it. He's telling the truth. But there are ways you can tell truth to because you are part of that government system. Yes. You are retiring. Nobody has done it in Nigeria that it will not backfire. It's only under Buhari you can do it, nothing will happen. It's only under Buhari somebody said, I'm not supporting you if you contest the woman from Taraba. And he still remain a minister. Under Obasanjo, in the next 2 minutes, you will hear on radio. You will go. Do you understand? Ndume should have done better. Meanwhile, under the state government, he campaigned, He made one of his child to work in CBN.
Right.
He made one of them to work in NNPC.
So he's benefiting
Why? He's
from the
benefiting.
system.
So why are you not making it that there should be employment for everybody? But you're fighting for your own. You're feathering your neck. So people will think it's because they are not favoring you that you are talking like this. So I think everybody is guilty one way or the other if you are not telling the truth. What Soyinka said, the man dies in him who keep quiet in the face of oppression. This is where we are.
Okay, well, of course, this is where we'll draw the anchor on today's state of the nation with Barrister Akingbolu. Thank you for always being here
It's
on the
a pleasure
program.
for
We
having
appreciate
me.
it. All right, we'll take a quick break. The conversation will be back shortly.
The views expressed on this program do not represent that of the producer, management of Lagos Television, or the Lagos State Government. They remain the perspectives of those expressing them. Thank you for staying with Lagos Television.